RadioOnFire.com, Shot97.com. I go by the name of Diamond K, and I am here daily giving you my opinion on breaking news and things like that. This is the Diamond K Show. Let's get things started. Now, as we're recording this show, today is September the 13th, and this is the 18th year anniversary of the passing of the great rapper Tupac Shakur. Now, before we get into this, I want to say that when Tupac was shot, I remember this day very clearly. When Tupac was shot, I initially was not as concerned as many people would normally be because Tupac had been shot several times in the past, and I figured that he was going to pull through this one. Obviously, he did not. And to my surprise and the surprise of many others, he passed away on September the 13th, 1996. Now, with that being said, I thought that today would be a very good opportunity to talk about 13 things that I think Tupac would have done had he lived. And the first on the list, he would have split from Suge Knight and Death Row Records. I think that there were rumblings about Tupac leaving the Death Row Records once he had fulfilled his contracts and all of that, and released a set amount of albums that he had to. And I think that that was one thing that definitely would have happened had he lived. He would have left and got from around Suge Knight. I wish that that could have happened a lot sooner. Funny how Suge is still alive, Tupac gone. Number two, he would have kept his foot on the throats of rappers like Jay-Z and Nas. He would have kept his foot on their throats. He was dissing them and sending shots their way when he was alive, and I think that that would have continued had he not passed at the time that he did. Number three, he would have taken the East versus West feud even further. That East Coast, West Coast feud was going hot and heavy at that time, and I think that Pac would have continued it. All right? Now, number four, he would have spearheaded ending the feud. Now, even though Tupac contributed to the East Coast, West Coast feud, I think that when it was all said and done, he would have been the one to end the feud. All right? Now, number five on the list of the 13 things that Tupac would have done had he still been living. He would have patched things up with the Notorious B.I.G. Those two guys were friends well before their much publicized feud, and I think had he lived, Biggie would have not been killed, and the two would have eventually patched things up. Now, number six on this list, All Eyes on Me Part 2. One of my favorite albums of all times, Tupac's All Eyes on Me. I think that he would have made a sequel to this very classic album. Number seven on the list, he would have started his own label and really pushed other artists. I think that he had that type of a mind, and he was really a producer in his mind, and I think that he would have seeked out talent and promoted and pushed them. Now, number eight, I think that he would have had kids. He was already married previously, and I think that he would have remarried and definitely had kids. Number nine, he would have gotten more tats. You know, along the lines, crazy numbers like Wayne or Kid Ink. I think that Tupac would have continued getting inked up. Now, number 10, he would have started acting real heavy and made that transition into more of an actor than a rapper. That's definitely on this list. Now, number 11, he would have patched things up with Dr. Dre. I think that in addition to Tupac's work ethic being so crazy and just so, you know, he was really a studio monster, a lot of problems that he had with Dr. Dre stem from the fact that Dre worked very slowly. And Suge Knight putting a battery in Tupac's back really contributed to his problems with Dr. Dre. But you eliminate Tupac from Suge Knight, and you have the opportunity for Tupac to make business relationships, and he would have patched that up with Dr. Dre. Number 12, Tupac would have started directing movies. As I said, he was a visionary, a very creative person. He was an actor, and I think he would have made a natural progression into directing films. Now, number 13, I think that Tupac would have, in his older age, become a political figure, some type of a politician. He definitely would have known how to talk to the hip-hop community and really harness the power of the hip-hop community, and that's something that I think Tupac really would have done. Very sad that we lost him when we did. We still can continue to enjoy his music, his movies, his films, and things of that nature, and it's very sad, but we definitely don't want to forget someone, you know, a talent, the magnitude of Tupac Shakur. So definitely wanted, here at Radio on Fire, we wanted to remember him on this 18th year anniversary. We miss him dearly and will always remember Tupac Shakur. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for logging on. As always, on Instagram and Twitter at The Diamond K Show. I will see you guys next time.